Here we are, back again today. We're going to be talking about age 50. Where would you be seeing yourself age 50 from this moment of time? Yes, we're in the park, we're looking at the moon. It's a nice cold night in the park. So we're going to be talking about 50. Do you see yourself having your house, having a car, having your woman, your kids, going on holidays, going gym, getting yourself in shape, doing things that helps to improve your life? Do you see yourself doing these type of things? Now, the question you gotta have to ask here is, what would you do if you was age 50 right now going nowhere? Would you be joyful? Would you be loving? Would you still be excited with life? How would you actually feel to wake up 50 and this is what you are right now? Would it trouble you? Because your model of the world don't match reality? Would it trouble you? How would you feel to know that everybody you know got married, they moved on, they got the kids, car, house, they're living good, they're financially stable, making money, they got abundance, right? Everything's happening for them. However, you're that one person in a circle who ain't going nowhere. Would you feel away? Would you feel jealous? Would you feel rage? Would you feel anger? How would you actually feel to know that you are actually behind? You ain't gone nowhere. What would you do? At that age, would you feel that you no longer have an option or the ability to make change? Would that make you feel like you want to end your life there and then? Does it make you feel like you just want to get up, disappear, go to a whole new town, maybe a whole new country, and try a whole new life to see would something happen for you there? What would you do if you was at this age? There's many people that I know that when I look at them, I'm like, what are you doing? I went to a friend's house the other day. He's got a nice 1-bedroom flat. Guess what? It looks dirty, it looks filthy, absolute shithole. Why would you do that? If I had that flat, to me that would have been a palace. I would have had my ultimate setup in that place. The guy had literally feces in his bath, mop in his bath. The place was dirty, it was filthy. I was like, is that how you're living? Is that how you're living? You're just sitting there, just wasting time. Is that how you're living? When I go and see other people and look what they're doing, they're just in the betting shop. They're just sitting there doing nothing, wasting life, right? Where's the life going? The life ain't going nowhere. When I look at other people, I was like, what are you even doing? However, sometimes it can go like that. How many people come across that had serious education, but look at them, they're out here going to waste. Why are they going to waste? Because they had everything what they wanted. However, they wasted their skills, they wasted that competence they had in a place of nothing. And I look at them, all filled with drugs, filled with alcohol, got nothing going for them. Living in a council flat, they don't even have a can of baked beans in the cupboard. So let me ask you, what would you do? How many people you know was gone up in drugs, and look at them now? Drugs ruined their life, it changed their life. They thought that they were strong enough to handle the drugs, no, but the drugs handled them. So it's down to you to do what you want to do. So when I think about it carefully, what would you do when you're age 50? Imagine if you are age 50 right now. You are age 50 and everything what you're going through right now is literally you right now at that age. Now, visualize yourself being 50 and then ask yourself a question. What would you do? You're 50 right now. What would you do? Just visualize it. And you had the ability to go back in time to say that you can make a change. You could go back to your 30s or whatever your current age is right now, and you can make a change. What would you make a change in your life in? Imagine if you're 50 right now and you had the ability to go back, what would you change? What would you change that when you reach 50, where you are right now, that can offer you a more loving, joyful and fulfilling life? What would you do? That's the question here. What would you do? That is the way you have to think. You may go to an age and goes, wow, I didn't do things properly while I'm behind. However, think about when you're 50, what can you do now? So when you reach 50, you know it's sweet. Just like the way you put honey on your tongue. Just the same way you go to a shop and you buy your favourite milkshake. It just tastes lovely in your mouth. Just looking at the principles, what would you do? So the main question that you have to ask yourself is just this. You look at that perspective, then you're like, okay, I've got to do something. I've got to do something. Because once you reach that age, guess what? It's game over. Imagine, all of us was once young, in our teenagers, reach 20s, reach 30s, 40s, whatever. When all of us reach that 50, it's a different story. We was the kids back then, looking at our parents, going, oh wow, our parents are in their 40s or they're touching their 50s. That's long gone now. Look at us now. We're the one was next in line. Look, when you look at your grandparents, go, oh yeah, my grandparents is 60. But take a look at you now. When you do when you're 50 and goes, oh my God. The age I was at, I remember when my grandmother was this age. What are you gonna do? You gotta make a change. You gotta improve now. Because soon, before you realise it, we're next in line. Your kids, they're gonna be what, 30, 35 years old. Before you realise that your kids are 40. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna say? When they're 40, that you're 60. Before you realise that you're 80. Your kids are 60 and your grandchildren are 40 and your great grandchildren, right, are like 20 years old. What are you gonna do? Time's moving on. It's not waiting for no one. You gotta make a change. You gotta find a way to implement something. Implement something that will benefit you in the long run, right? In the long run. What's your thing? High-end gaming PCs, consoles. You're that TV man that love high-spec TVs. You're that music person. You're that hobby person. You're that flying aircrafts, helicopters, drones. What type of person are you? Are you the anime, manga person? What type of person are you? What rocks your boat? What does it for you? What does it for you? But ask yourself, 25, 30 years later from now, will that keep you happy? Probably owning pets like a cat, like a dog, maybe a parrot, maybe a snake, I don't know. Will that make you happy? What will make you happy? Just having your woman, your kids? Will that make you happy? What is it, what will make you happy when you're at 50? When you reach 50 to say, I'm nice. You're financially stable. You got your wife, you got your kids, you got your dog, you got your cat. Right? You go on holiday regularly. You got good friends. Surrounded by great women and great men. So, what is it what's going to make you happy? What's going to make you feel good? That's the question. Because those people who's on that road to 50, it's not a joke, it's not a game. You don't want to be out here like these people, say I'm still in the game, I'm just out here, I'm just outside. Don't follow them type of people. Don't follow them type of people. Chilling outside like they're still in the 20s. That was 30 years ago. What are you going to do? We get old, we're going to get weak, we're going to start sagging. We're not going to be nice, we're not going to be firm. You're not going to be that type of man. Doing what? Out here chasing what? What, young girls? And you're 50 years old. That's pathetic. You should have been married, have kids, settled down long time ago, moving forwards. You want to be chasing after that. What are you chasing that for? What, you still at the clubs? Still at the clubs, doing the same thing, what 30 years ago? And you're a 50-year-old man. Give that up, man. Make a change. You got to do different things. Travel the world. What about that? Get a world ticket. See everything what the world's got to offer. Different culture, different traditions. Try out the food, different music, dancing. There's so much things to be explored. Right? You could go the spiritual route. Right? Go to a mystical school if you wanted to. Get into things like mysticism if you wanted to. Start tapping into the higher mind, higher consciousness if you want to do that. There's so much things you could do out here. Kung Fu. You could do all these type of things. There's so much you could do. You got the materialistic side and you got the spiritual side of things. There's so much you could do. For me, I'm looking at mysticism. That's my next thing, what I'm looking at. Go the spiritual route. Do those things. So, whatever rocks your boat, rocks your boat. But just remember, we're not here all day. We won't have all the time in the world. Go do something about it. When I look at myself, I am truly aware on how my life is going to go. Is it scary? It's only scary because we fear our outcome. We are fearing that a model of world ain't going to match your reality. So we fear the outcome. For me, am I fearing right now? At this current moment? Let me say, at 40%, yeah. 40%, I'm fearing my outcome. But if I focus on fear, then fear expands. When there's fear, you've got to find the courage. But what is courage? It's to do the things that scares you, innit? Do the things that you fear, innit? So, down to you. However, don't wait too long. Don't wait too long. Time is going. Even when you sit there thinking time is going, when you're waking up, time is going. When you're sleeping, time is going. When you're having a bath, time is going. When you're talking to people, time is going. Playing games, time is going. Every single thing that you're doing, time is going. It's not waiting for anyone. So, just do the right things that benefits you. That's what you want to do. So when that time comes, it's game over if you don't do the right things. Make sure when you're 50, you feel your love, joy, peace, and happiness. Not misery, bitterness, going through depression, and you just want to end your life.